Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liliana, and on this channel we discuss history and literature related topics, so make sure to subscribe if that interests you. It's been a minute since I've posted. I think I haven't posted in about 3 weeks, which is kind of unfortunate. So first of all, thank you guys for sticking around in those 3 weeks when I didn't post, and thank you also for sticking around throughout this entire semester where I was posting like every other week as opposed to every week like my channel banner says. But yeah, it was a pretty busy semester. The last couple of weeks especially have been busy just because of it being the end of the semester and final projects and whatnot that were going on. And it was pretty time consuming overall. I feel like I had to kind of put YouTube on a pause for a little bit while I finished all of my work and did all of that. I've also noticed that other people who are in the similar niche of academic YouTube or college lifestyle videos also haven't been posting recently. So I think it's a pretty much normalized thing, or something that goes without saying, that at the end of the semester we're all super busy and it can be hard to post sometimes. So once again, thank you so much for sticking around. So I'm making today's video in honor of it being 1 year since I've been on YouTube. It doesn't seem like it's been 1 year, but it has been. My first YouTube video was posted approximately a year ago, and I just think that's so mind-blowing because it went by so quickly. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit and what I've learned over the course of this year on YouTube. The first video that I posted on YouTube was me reciting the prologue from Geoffrey Chaucer's Canterbury Tales in the original Old English. And the reason I posted that was because it was extra credit for an assignment in my linguistics class, and I had been wanting to make a YouTube channel for a couple of months, so I was like, why not? I'll just go for it. The video was very awkward. It was very bad quality. I think I recorded it in like photo booth on my laptop, and I put a library background behind me because in the context of that video, I wanted it to look like I was in this grand library while reciting the Canterbury Tales, and it looked kind of, it looked bad. One thing that was good about that video was my shirt. I was wearing this white billowy shirt with puffy poet sleeves and a big bow right here at the neck, and I looked very Victorian and I loved it. It was great. But aside from that, the video was kind of awkward. After that, I had to come up with ideas for actual videos to make for my YouTube channel that were not based in extra credit assignments for class. So I decided that I would make videos based on history and literature and museums, because at the time I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to museums and, you know, talk about them. I was thinking of doing some day vlogs of going downtown, visiting museums in my area, and I thought that would be a really fun idea for a vlog. Obviously, because of the coronavirus, that did not work. And I also realized that many museums don't even let you take pictures in there, much less record. So that kind of pretty much went out the window. That video that I had posted of the Canterbury Tales was the last extra credit assignment that I had in that class before the semester was over. So I didn't really have any school-related content to make. I tried doing videos on more semi-popular topics, debunking information about certain topics. It was kind of weird now that I think about it. Some of those things I would definitely go back and make videos about now, but I would approach them in a completely different manner than I did in that video. Just because now, taking into consideration what my channel is now, I don't think it really fits in with my niche. So I think it took me a while, the entire summer in fact, to figure out what kind of channel I wanted to be and how I was going to share history with other people through my channel. And so I found myself stumbling into the more academic side of YouTube. I found channels like the Redhead Academic and the Vintage Academic, both which I'll link below. But I found channels like theirs, and I realized that people had YouTube channels that were extremely focused around school and their major and even history. So I realized that that was something that I could also implement into my own channel. So when the school year started, I began to make videos on advice and tips and days in my life revolving around myself as a history major and as an English major. And I think that kind of gave me more of a clear direction of what I wanted to do with my channel and what I envisioned for it in the future. I remember it took so long to get my first 100 subscribers, and it just seemed to crawl along so slowly. I remember I would only get like 1 or 2 new subscribers per week, and it was honestly frustrating because I had watched videos of other YouTubers who talked about how they got monetized within their first year of being on YouTube, or even within their very first few months. And I was like, why can't I do that? It took me around 7 months to get my first 100 subscribers. And from there, it took 3 months to get to 200. And right now, we're almost at 300. I feel like being on YouTube this past year has taught me a lot of things that I did not know about content creating. It's not as easy as it looks. You can't just sit down in front of a camera and start talking, because there are so many other aspects to be considered when you're filming for YouTube. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm constantly running out of ideas of videos to make, because I'm not very sure of what you guys are interested in seeing and how I can go about creating that content. For instance, with days in my life videos, I don't go out much, so I feel like it would be pretty boring for you guys to just watch me go to my kitchen and get crackers and then come back to my room. In fact, having this YouTube channel is what prompted me to take my content engineering class that I took this past semester, where I just learned so much more about creating content and the ideas that are explored and the issues that come up when you are a content creator and a content engineer. But I think the most important thing I learned while being on YouTube is just how nice and welcoming and wholesome everybody is. Because I remember I always used to think that YouTube was very self-fulfilling and self-gratifying. I remember I always used to think that when I commented on videos of my favorite creators on YouTube, it didn't really matter that much to them, like it wasn't a big deal to them, because they were mostly creating videos solely for their own enjoyment and for themselves. But being on YouTube creating my own videos proved me wrong. Even though obviously most of the people on YouTube are creating videos because they love to do it and because it's for their own enjoyment, they're also doing it just as much, if not more, for their audience. I think for the most part, YouTubers are very invested in their audience, and their audience's input is important to them. I know it is to me. When I started getting people commenting on my videos who weren't just my family or my friends who were subscribed, I was super impressed by it. I was kind of taken away by the fact that random strangers would watch my videos and enjoy them, and that it would contribute to their having a good day or something along those lines. And when they commented on my videos, I realized that I did care about what they had to say, and that other YouTubers and other content creators do care about what their audiences think and what they have to say about their content. So that was very eye-opening for me as well. Now let's get to awkwardness. Some of my experiences on YouTube have been very awkward, and now that I think about it, it's not even experiences on YouTube, it's experiences outside of YouTube, but because of YouTube. I did not realize how awkward it would be to have random family members ask you about your channel, or say that they were watching your video from last week and that they thought it was funny. Another unexpected aspect that comes as being on YouTube is that people that you never would have thought would subscribe to you end up being subscribed to you. When you're thinking about making a YouTube channel, obviously you know that any videos that you post are going to be public and visible to the whole entire world, and therefore, in theory, anybody can watch them. But there are some people that you just think are never going to watch your videos or are never going to come across them, and then they do, and then you're like, what? How? I was not prepared. I was not prepared to have other random acquaintances in my life also comment to me on my YouTube videos and tell me that they watch them. I literally deleted a YouTube video that I had filmed back in the early days of this channel, and I took a class on a subject that was relevant to it, and I realized that I had been a little historically inaccurate and that I had minimized certain aspects of the history of that subject, and I was kind of scared that someone from school was going to see my historical inaccuracies and that they were going to judge me for having limited knowledge and basic interpretations of that historical event. So I deleted it. That's enough about awkwardness and about fear of being judged. Let's move on to another topic. My favorite video that I've made on this channel this past year definitely has to be the one about biblically accurate angels, or the one about cottagecore, which is the one that I just posted. Honestly, my debunking videos are my favorite. I just love diving deep and getting my hands dirty into historical research. I love coming up with this kind of weird, quirky information about topics that maybe haven't been looked into very much and presenting it to you all. And this even extends beyond YouTube. I love talking about the research papers that I've written to random people just because I love the topic so much and because I found out so many interesting things about that topic while I was researching it, and I just want to share it with other people. As I mentioned in my last video about cottagecore, that video was literally the exact same video that I used for my presentation in class, and it was great because I felt like I could kind of incorporate the skills that I have learned in this past year on YouTube and use them in the classroom setting. I definitely don't think that academia presentations, our PowerPoints and our slides don't have to be stuffy all of the time, don't have to be plain on a white background. So I definitely think that there's a place and a space for having a little bit more fun with your research and making it more exciting and accessible to the wider public. My least favorite video that I've posted, well, there's kind of a lot. A lot of the videos that I posted in the beginning I now look back on as like being really cringy because I kind of did not know what I was doing, so I had to wing it. But if I had to pick one video that I honestly wish I had never filmed, it would be the historical cooking one. Now, I am not Max Miller, I am not any other of these historical cooking people on the internet. I took inspiration for the recipe and the video from Max Miller, but unfortunately I had never made a bread pudding before, so it was a little chaotic. I was upset because the bread pudding basically all fell in the sink and I felt like I wasted ingredients. The part of the pudding that actually did remain didn't really taste good. It was kind of soggy and bland, and I'm sure all the British people who have watched that video were probably very upset with me. If I had the chance to redo that video, I would probably pick another recipe that doesn't involve steaming or suspending anything over hot boiling water, because that did not turn out well. I probably would have made something with cooking methods that I am more familiar with so that it would have turned out better, so that I did not have to fail so miserably on the camera for you guys. But it was pretty funny. I admit, it was pretty funny. I think my favorite aspect of YouTube overall has again been the community, the people that I've met in other similar niches as me, some of the subscribers that I've interacted with in the comments. I think you guys are all amazing, incredible people, and I think that if you're subscribed to me, you have really weird tastes in content, but I am grateful for it. I hope you guys will also be here in another year when I will probably be making my 2 years on YouTube reflective video. Maybe we'll do a Q&A for that one. But that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more history and academic lifestyle related content, and make sure to hit that notification bell so that you know when I post my next video. Thank you guys so much. Bye!